Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are here in Lebanon, Ohio, and even more specifically than that, we are here at Trader's World. Now, I've driven by here several times on several occasions, and if you look behind me, there's actually a whole row of fiberglass figures along the roadway here. And I've driven by here many times. It looked very interesting, but just so happened that every time I went by Trader's World, that it was closed. It's open year-round, but only on Saturday and Sunday. So finally, I found myself here in the greater Cincinnati area on a weekend. So I figured we'd check out Trader's World. I know this is a flea market. I don't know much about it, but I figure with all these wonderful creatures lurking on the outside, this has got to be a lot of fun. So please, follow me. Now let's just take a look at some of these figures. Of course, that big red horse is rearing up right on top of the sign. Got some giraffes here. Back here, some sort of vicious dinosaur-like creature. Oh, look at those teeth. Yeah, look at him. And of course, you need to be careful because these animals do both roar and bite. Just look at this wonderful fiberglass lineup here. The elephant, that sleepy-eyed elephant there. And something I've always liked about this particular mold of fiberglass gorilla. I don't know, I just love the big bulky monstrosity there. Does appear to be an abundance of giraffes along here, but I guess giraffes are a particularly eye-catching animal, given their height and pattern. And you know, to me, this is the classic way to draw people in to a business, to a flea market, is just to put a bunch of crazy stuff outside on the road. Well, hey there, Frosty. You got a Frosty the Snowman there. And look at this. We've got a Muffler Man. This one looks a little different. He's got a cowboy hat there. I don't know, something about him just looks, the pose I think is unique. I think he's been maybe slightly modified over the years. Then horse and wagon here. But the main thing is you can never have enough giraffes. Delightful little family of zebras here. And oh, look at this guy. Said I liked that design of gorilla. Oh, I think I like this mold even better. Look at that. He's waving his arms wildly in the air. A wild and vicious look in his eye. But without further ado, let's head inside and check out Trader's World. Looks like you have to pay to park over here. Oh, but look at this. Yeah, the animals just don't stop. Look at all the fiberglass animals along the roadway here. It's only $2 to park, so a pretty low fee as far as parking fees go. All right, so we got parked and get ready to head in. I do notice there's even more giraffes over here along the top of the building, which I think is great. You know, I always say you can never have too many giraffes. So yeah, let's head in. I'm pumped. All these fiberglass animals got me pumped to see what's inside here. Looks like there's multiple buildings. This is main building south. Oh. Yeah, no idea which direction to head. And there's all sorts of interesting things just hanging up in the rafters here. See the Coca-Cola poster there, the old Coca-Cola poster. Got some taxidermy up there and some little quips hanging here. Cigarettes. There's a fire on one end and a fool on the other. little lounge area here where you can watch some women's basketball. And just, yeah, there's so much going on in here. So this is like suits of armor here next to the clock. Got this Happy Moose here above the ATM. Over here, this booth, see a lot of perfume, sunglasses. And I do love these. I remember I went going to the toy district in Los Angeles where they sold a lot of interesting toys like this, and I see them in other areas. But yeah, just look at these strange and unique creatures. If you recognize these creatures from any sort of cartoon or show, leave a comment in the comment section. Always curious where these come from. Oh, look at that. I like that. He's wearing a suit. He's got a video camera, forehead. Yeah, all along the entirety of Trader's World, you see these little quips here. A plump wife in a big barn never did any man harm. There's a barber pole here. You can see the wigs there in the window, but I guess this is not a barber shop. This is a nail salon. Nails by Marlboro Barbie. Some dangling Crocs right here. This looks like they're selling the gibbets for the Crocs. You could have mushrooms growing out of your Crocs. Look at this. This is insane. You can actually have a Croc gibbet, a Croc that fits inside your Croc. I wonder if you can get even smaller Crocs to fit inside these holes. I must admit, I do not understand all these little quips hanging. This one says, "Turtles druther be at Turtles World." If anyone understands what that means, please leave a comment in the comment section. I have no idea what that means. The Harry Potter shop over here. You can actually buy your own wand. Tells you who each wand belongs to. This is Harry Potter's wand. Oh, there's Lord Voldemort. I never realized that his wand is actually carved out of a bone. There's Lucius Malfoy's wand as a snake on the end of it. What's that? Fred Weasley has a pine cone. Some dancing toys here. It says this is the working demo. Let's see how we, okay. I think he's Iron Man. Oh, they gotta hold the button down? It's a very short dance for Iron Man. Over here we have some terrifying faces looking out at us. Mr. Michael Myers there. I think that is at the Halloween 2 Michael Myers where he has his eyes stabbed out. Not sure who that gentleman is. And then Sam from Halloween. And who's this terrifying pigman here? Of course, pigmen are always terrifying, but I don't know, this one's got like looks like a mohawk. Got a lot of fun masks in here. There's the Tar Man zombie. Little ventriloquist dummy there. Oh, look at the monsters. Oh, I love this. Of course, I'm a huge Gremlins fan, and I always loved Gremlins 2. One of the reasons I love Gremlins 2 is like the Mogwais have like unique designs. In the first movie, they all look the same, but the different Mogwais have different personalities and look different in Gremlins 2. Oh yeah, there's Lenny. Lenny the Mogwai. I don't think they ever mention these names in the movie, but that's Lenny, and then that's Daffy there. Pretty amazing collection of pro wrestling action figures. There's the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon there. I got the big boss man. There's the boogeyman. Does anyone remember the boogeyman? He would eat worms. He would smash that clock over his own head. Yeah, look at this. Got Dusty Rhodes in front, and his son there, Gold Dust. And over here we have almost a mid-flea market museum, cars and carriages of days gone by. This is a 1928 Model A Ford with some wonderful mannequins in here as well. There's of course a horse and buggy. You can see the rider there wearing some pink sunglasses. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think they're actually selling anything here. I think they're just showing off these cool antique vehicles. Now it looks like this booth is kind of sealed up right now, but they have a little peeky hole we can look through, and look at that clown right there. That is amazing. Some other cool stuff here. This Pepsi stuff. They got some circus posters, but man, yeah, that clown. I don't see a price tag on the clown, so I don't know if he is for sale or if he's just attending the booth right now. There's another horse tucked back in here. Okay, it looks like we're heading into a food court area here. Yeah, this dining room area is pretty amazing. We got more giraffes back in here. Got a bighorn sheep. Just look at the size of that massive cuckoo clock up there. Yeah, it looks like there's several food vendors. This one here looks like they're selling hot dogs and soup. Some delicious looking fake food there being served by Matilda here. Matilda and her plate of delicious fake desserts. Just please do not touch grandmother's dollhouse. It actually is a pretty spectacular dollhouse right here. Yeah, that is really, really cool. You see a little cat there in the window. Phone booth here. Peek inside. See a Native American there on the phone. A pretty large barrel here. It says this is a 350-gallon barrel from the 1880s. Here at the ice cream parlor, we have a trash can shaped like an ice cream cone. Just imagine, I don't know, I just imagine how sticky that gets with all the ice cream that goes inside. I wonder if there's peaches. I wonder if there's peaches in that chest there. At Quiz, Pa ain't no whiz, but he knows how to keep Ma his. Yeah, this facility is very labyrinthian. It's like a total maze. You almost don't know which way you're going as you wander around. So much going on, so much ground to cover. Another mid flea market rest area. And this one's actually got a full-sized taxidermied buffalo over there next to the cowboy and Native American. There's a knight in shining armor along with these other carved figures. Do you think this is Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett? Take your votes in the comment section. And what's this guy holding up? Holding up some sort of pelt. Now, I certainly haven't covered the entire inside section, but it does appear that there is a whole outdoor element to the flea market as well. Oh yeah, look at that, even more giraffes up there on the roof. Lots of giraffes. Yeah, I guess, you know, there's people that have the booths inside, and I guess some people just set up the temporary booths here on the outside. Over here we have this artificial nail pouch tobacco barn. Looks like you can actually go inside here. Okay, I think we have wandered back into the main building again. But I did notice this. It's like a sleigh here. I don't know if this is for Christmas. Okay, I think this may take us back outside. I don't know if I've made it clear how many giraffes there are here at Trader's World. I just noticed this as I walked out into the parking lot. I have the little cabin here. It says Little House on the Prairie. I never saw that show. I think it was a show and a movie. So I don't know if this is directly taken from there, but we can see there is a farmer there, a fiberglass farmer. His fiberglass family, his fiberglass wife, his fiberglass daughter, snuggling a fiberglass pig. I don't know, that kind of reminds me of Charlotte's Web, where the little girl has the pet pig. Oh yeah, the Little House on the Prairie here. Guess we'll head back in this door. I don't know where it'll take us. I think we'll head down this way because there is a free exhibit. Exhibits of the King inside. Yeah, looking for the exhibits of the King as we walk down here. Looks like we have a wedding gown shop. Oh, the King. It's an Elvis Presley museum. Okay, so this whole section back here is all an Elvis Presley museum. The plane there, the Lisa Marie, named after Elvis's daughter. And some genuine Elvis artifacts here. Now it says this is the actual Aztec calendar jumpsuit. Was used after Elvis's last concert as a promotional display. So I guess an authentic jumpsuit. You can see Elvis wearing it there in that picture. So this was not worn at his last concert, but wore this after his last concert. Says this is a costume from the movie Roustabout. It's a leather jacket there. See a very shiny shirt there. Looks like that guitar is signed by Elvis. And then I guess Elvis's army uniform. And it was really interesting. I was just here. There was a mother talking to her child, and she said to her young child, he didn't do the things he said he did in the military. Your grandfather was there with him, and he can tell you the real story. And I wanted to ask, what is the real story? But I didn't want them to know I was intruding on their conversation. Right here it says this is the most famous Elvis jacket. I don't know what makes that the most famous. Does anyone know of this Elvis jacket? I mean, it's a cool jacket, but I don't know what its claim to fame is. It says these are a set of blue suede shoes autographed by Elvis. It says this is an exhibit created by Colonel Tom Parker as a promotional tool. So he put this together. Now, there is a pink Cadillac. And one thing I've learned about going to museums, going to car museums, is that Elvis owned more Cadillacs than any other person. So, just statistically speaking, if you see a Cadillac, it is more likely to have belonged to Elvis Presley than to any other person on planet Earth. So, it has a pink guitar there to match his Cadillac. Some cool jumpsuits back here, and this is a exhibit on Colonel Parker, the manager of Elvis, who I think kind of was a swindler. And I don't know. I remember that recent Elvis movie was actually narrated by Colonel Parker, which I thought that was a really odd choice. And then he was played by Tom Hanks. It was, I don't know, I thought that part of the movie was a little distracting, but I know a lot of people really love that movie. But also up here we have Vernon Presley's tour jacket. So that's Elvis's dad. Elvis really loved his parents. Say what you will, but he definitely took care of his parents. Now, I was curious, just looking at this sign. This looks like it was a sign that was mounted outside of a building at some point. So I was trying to figure out which Elvis museum this came from. It says Elvis and Friends over there. Originally, I thought this may have been the Elvis Museum that was in Pigeon Forge that closed down years and years ago. But I was looking over here. They have a phone number on the sign. I looked that up. That is a Toledo area code. So apparently at one point there was an Elvis Presley museum in Toledo, Ohio. And there's some extra stuff thrown in. We have what I guess is a James Bond exhibit. This says MG from England. I think that's the kind of car that James Bond drove. I mean, there's a picture of the car with 007 on the license plate, so I assume this is a James Bond style car. Another old classic car here, and some other just interesting things thrown in here. There's a Puppet Time Theater. See Howdy Doody there in the theater. Howdy Doody down there. Now, there is a barrier, so you can't get really close. But I'm trying to look at these other artifacts here. Looks like there's a Michael Jackson exhibit back there. Some shoes, a hat, the iconic red jacket, and the one sparkly glove. I don't know, do you think those are really did belong to Michael Jackson? Those would be pretty priceless artifacts. And then from what I can tell from here, that appears to be Cher's underwear. And then my eyes aren't great, but I think this is, I think that's Celine Dion's outfit there. I think that is Celine Dion on those pictures above the outfit. Yeah, look at those tussling raccoons up there. Yeah, the museum sections are very interesting stuff here. Some really cool stuff. It's like packed in here, kind of cluttered. This guy here on his horse and buggy. Really cool motorcycle there. Yeah, you can see some of the Elvis exhibits here, just like kind of buried in the back. See here, this is his leftovers from a Hilton Las Vegas dressing room. See his robe there with EP on it. You got some of his toiletries. Looks like he left quite a few pill bottles in the room when he was done. Some more classic cars here. Yeah, some wagons as well. Oh, who's this here driving this car? It's a 1907 pickup there. I'm not sure who that guy is. Is that? I almost thought that was, I don't know. Is that Henry Ford or maybe Gerald Ford? I don't know. Also, I noticed there's see the Simpsons peeking back at us from behind the wagons. This toy store here is shaped like a castle. Look over there, a very spooky wizard slurking in the window. No mun, no fun, your son. Too bad, how sad, your dad. That sounds like something my dad would say. And look at all these garden gnomes. You got your standard garden gnome. You got your grumpy old man garden gnome saying, "Get off my lawn." You've got garden gnome texting on the toilet. A garden gnome with a Tommy gun. Always found these wine bottle holders very interesting, where the animal's laying on his back, guzzling wine. You can see there the goat guzzling wine, the turtle guzzling wine, the elephant guzzling wine, the rooster guzzling wine, even a zombie guzzling wine. Normally they guzzle brains. Oh, look at this. We actually have some indoor giraffes. First we saw the fiberglass giraffes outside. We saw tons on the roof here. And see just how massive they are when they're actually crammed here on the inside. Oh, look at this Native American up there in the rafters. Some final words of wisdom before we head outside. He's the Sandman, Trash Masher, Flower Fairy, Turd Bird, and Gummy Dummy at Trader's World. Yeah, some of these don't make a overabundance of sense. This one says, "We don't smoke, and we don't chew, and we don't go with girls who do." And have some pink giraffes there to send us off. We've come over here next door to Trader's World here at the Solid Rock Church, and probably what most people know the Solid Rock Church for is this statue here, this massive statue of Jesus overlooking Interstate 75 there. All these travelers looking out their car window to see this massive Jesus, almost as if he's going to walk across this pond here. Now this statue of Jesus, known colloquially as Hug Me Jesus, actually replaced a different Jesus statue that was in the same spot. It was known as Big Butter Jesus. As you can see from this photo here, people said it looked like he was made of butter, and some people actually called him Touchdown Jesus as well. But tragedy struck, and as you can see, Jesus was actually hit by lightning and burst into flames. You can see the skeleton there of Big Butter Jesus, struck by lightning, burned down, and they actually replaced him with a different model. So this one took on the mantle, and is now, you know, now because of his different look, he no longer looks like he's made out of butter. So he's referred to as Hug Me Jesus, because he is reaching his arms out to give the world a big warm hug. And this Jesus is very, very massive. So what I think I'm gonna set the camera up. I'm gonna run across the lake, not across the lake, obviously, only Jesus could do that. I'm gonna run around the lake and show you guys how big he actually is. I'll get there, maybe try to get there in front of his foot. Yeah, I think you guys could tell that is one big Son of the Lord. And it is time to get some dinner. And where else do you get dinner here in the Cincinnati area other than Skyline Chili? All right, now here in the Cincinnati area, a lot of times they'll eat the chili in a three-way, which means that it is spaghetti noodles, chili, and then cheese on top. They also have some cheese-covered chili dogs as well. All right, so I do like the three-way with the spaghetti, but I have been trying to go a little lower on carbs. So I got the Coney Bowl, which is chili, and then it has the hot dog inside, the hot dog with no bun in the chili, covered with cheese. All right, so we got chili, cheese, onions, mustard, and hot dog. They're all in a soup bowl. And then the chili here at Ohio Chili is so unique. I used to describe it as cinnamony. I don't know, cinnamony flavor, but someone told me it's not cinnamon. I'm tasting. Forget what the spice is that makes it unique, but there's nothing like Cincinnati chili. This is the best. My absolute favorite chili in the world here at Skyline Chili. It's almost indescribable. I tried buying it in the cans in the grocery store. Something's just not the same. You have to come in person here to really get the full chili experience. And while I am trying to avoid carbs for the most part, I cannot say no to a couple of chilitos. This is a burrito packed with chili and cheese, and then I added the sour cream to it as well. All right, let's try the cholito. That is probably one of just my favorite food items altogether. It's just got that sour cream in there with that Skyline chili, the cheese, the tortilla. It's like the perfect food item. I absolutely love these. And yes, Clean Plate Club is almost a certainty when coming here to Skyline Chili. So thank you for joining me today here for a wonderful day in the state of Ohio. I'm happy I finally got to go to Trader's World. I've driven by there multiple times. I've seen the giraffes. I've seen the fiberglass figures. I'm like, someday I'm gonna stop in there. So I was fortunate enough to catch it open, and a very interesting place. And I doubt I covered all of it because there's just so many different directions. It's literally like a maze, but a lot of fun stuff. Like I wasn't expecting to see the whole Elvis museum in there while I was looking around. Always good to stop by and say hello to Hug Me Jesus. And of course, there's no other place to dine in the Cincinnati area better than Skyline chili. So thank you guys so much for following along. I'm going to spend at least one more day here in the general Cincinnati area. I'm going to try to find something to film locally tomorrow. But I at some point do need to make my way westward, as we have Trans World coming up this weekend. I'm excited to be going to Trans World. I am expecting to spend the whole weekend there, the whole extended weekend. I think I'm going to be getting in Wednesday or Thursday and spending all the way through the weekend. So yeah, if you see me on the floor, the Trans World floor, please come up and say hello. I definitely don't mind people coming up, saying hi, asking for pictures. You know, none of that bothers me. It makes me feel good to know that, to be able to put a face to the people out there that watch these videos. So I never mind being approached, as long as, you know, I'm not like actively, you know, in the bathroom defecating, or maybe if I'm like crying by myself, maybe let me finish crying first. But other than that, for the most part, I'm very happy to meet people while I'm out and about. But thank you so much for following along with this adventure. This adventure is just getting started. I've got this crazy plans. I'm going to race back and forth across the country, trying to hit my mark and make it to certain places on time. So stay tuned. Lots of fun adventures coming up. If you would like to subscribe, that would help me out a lot. Trying to get to 500,000 at some point. 500,000 subscribers. If you're new to these videos, I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more, get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop and doing some personalized messages on Cameo. I just did a few cameos just now. If you're interested in that, check the description of this video. It'll give you all the information for all those things. And of course, all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this fiberglass giraffe high in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.